is up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be refilming my Revolution of the Robots final project that I did for Music 387, which is real-time performance in Max8. And then I will after the performance, I will go through and explain each of these subsections and what they do and how stuff works in minor detail. And then I can go back later and do separate videos on how to build each of these separate portions of the patch. So I will just go ahead and do this performance really quick with no explanation whatsoever. And then I will explain my thoughts and how I came up with this idea afterwards. Okay. Technology is the way of life. Robots will replace mankind. Cyborgs will rule the universe. Who's watching you through your devices? Artificial intelligence is the best. Are you really in control when you drive? Big Brother is watching. Okay, and that's that. I am going to have to definitely splice those two different sections. I got a little bit upset because the timer timed out, I think. But anyways, so that was the presentation that I gave. Now, the inspiration for this particular patch kind of came from like two different things. So the first is that my midterm project that I did was basically the same setup except without this jitter section over here, like using images and video and animation and stuff. I had this granular synthesis system over here, and then I had this what's called a boomerang over here, which is where you take a live mic input and then you're able to route it through MIDI by the key and key up and then select options, so that way I can actually control on my keyboard when I want to start recording and when I want to stop it for it to loop. This over here controls the timing for the loops, and then right here is a random panning system that I have set up, and then this is zoomed out over here, but I have kind of the same setup where there's like a random pan setup going on. So that's where basically I took the inspiration from. This system over here, if I zoom in a little bit maybe. So all of this has two different audio recordings going into it. So over here, I have just a short recording that I made during like I think it was a creative workshop or something that we did in composition studio class, where I just did different takes of vocals, my own vocals, and layered them on top of each other. And then this over here has All I Need by Jacob Collier, because that was one of the only audio files that I had that I could plug in. So basically what this does is it takes random points in each of the songs and samples only like a couple seconds of them. Like the timing is set to milliseconds, and so that's why it doesn't even sound like anything at all. It just sounds like random little jittery noises. So that's basically what this whole complicated system is over here. And then these are the gain sliders that's connected to the DAC, which controls whether the sound is turned on or turned off. And then over here, like I said, this is the boomerang. And then, so this whole section is new stuff that I learned completely in like the last section of the class. It's called jitter, and it's basically what it is it incorporates video and animation elements into the patch, and you can actually like sync the audio systems up with the jitter systems, which is what I've done here. So basically I have my webcam running here, and then I have another jitter input over here, which was going to be, I was going to try to put together some sort of like creepy animation, but it just was not working out. I couldn't get both the live video and the animation to join in the screen together. And I think you have to find some sort of way to convert the grid shape file to a jit.movie file, which is what videos are in Max's jit.movies. So I basically just was like, screw it, we'll just put a creepy robot picture in here. And then what this function here, you see it says jit.chroma key, is it basically takes the two different images and combines them together. And with chroma key, you can select the tolerance, like the lighting and color tolerance that you would like, so that your second image can blend in to the first one. And then you're basically able to choose which colors you want to appear in the final image and which colors you don't. So like with this one, I had to be careful with the lighting because I did want the audience to see me. And then whenever I would wave my purely white keyboard around, then this image would pop up on the screen because it's set to pop up on the screen whenever the color white is there. And so I had to be very careful because obviously my skin is very light and I have a lamp in front of me. I had to set the tolerance the way that I needed it to go. And then over here, what we have is the scissors and glue system, which basically takes your video input and you can splice it up into any order that you want. So it gives you all of these inputs. You can select as many inputs as you want. I think I chose 9, if I can count right, on this. And then basically what you can do is you can connect them to different outputs with the jit.glue function. And so that's how I put them out of order. So yeah, so basically this whole system is taking 2 different video / picture or animation elements and combining them into one using chroma key. And then I also have the scissors and glue function, which is what makes it look so disoriented. That's basically what this is, how I kind of went went about putting this together. To be completely honest, I did this project. I think I finished it at like 2 or 3 in the morning. I was miserable. I was getting so mad. I was saying some words that I regret and that I try to refrain from using. But you know, sometimes that's just how life is. Things don't work out and you just gotta let it out when you're by yourself or something. But yeah, basically what I did was I jigsawed different assignments and projects that we've worked on throughout the semester together to come up with one big final project. And then, yeah, I think that is basically it. I don't really know what else to say. Oh, and then I also came up with a cool idea on this. So if I open this again and I get it running and I can turn this on, let's just turn on the cycle and phaser waves. So this system, turn this down a little bit. Let me zoom in. So you'll notice I also have a bunch of this random stuff set up here that's connected to the JIT files. And this system is connected to the lighting functions, which when I move my keyboard around, you can obviously tell that the notes and the frequencies are changing. So what I've done is I've connected this make note object. Make note basically allows MIDI notes to come through in Max, so you can choose like any number in there. I chose, I don't know, I guess I chose the number for the piano sound. And so basically that's how you can get MIDI notes to come out like that. And then I have this extra cycle, which is a 400 hertz frequency. Then I have this phaser function, which is connected to whatever the lighting output is, and that's how the frequency is selected. So that's why you hear the change in the frequencies like this. And then, so basically I can control whatever sounds come out by just moving my keyboard around. Moving my body doesn't work as much because it doesn't pick it up, but if you put something like directly in front of the camera, then it senses that change in the lighting, which then controls the frequencies and the MIDI notes that come out. And that's pretty cool. I figured that all out on my own. Well, kind of with the help of a tutorial video that Dr. Geringer put out. But I figured out the changing frequency part on my own. The MIDI is what she did in the video. And that's basically all that this is. I will have to go back and rewatch a lot of those tutorials that helped me because I can't quite explain everything in terms that other people can who have more experience in this program. But that's what this patch was. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Let me know if you'd like to see separate tutorials where I break down each of these little subsections even more and show you guys how to build them. Even if you don't have Max and you're just curious, I will totally do that. I'll probably do it anyways, even if you don't ask. But yes, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. This class was really fun for me. Like I said in this previous video that I'm going to release first, that I'm editing right now on my update from my first year of college, this class really opened up my perspective to what music is. It doesn't just have to be instruments. Composition doesn't just have to be for instruments. It can literally be for anything. It can be like this, like programming electronics for a live performance. It can literally be anything. You can do anything that you want to, and that's what's so fascinating about this program. Like I would ask a lot of questions, or I would like be working on my assignments and I would think, oh, I wonder if I could do this, or I wonder if I could try that. Would this work? Would this work if I combine these two functions together? Well, let's try it. And you can there's totally a solution that you can come up with. So It was really neat. You can really do anything. I highly recommend that you check this program out. It does cost money to sign up, and you have to pay every year to keep it, but it's so worth it. Like, I might actually consider paying every year for the license just to keep this because it's very cool and very useful. But anyways, that's all that I have for this video today. Please make sure that you leave a like and a subscribe, and also hit the little bell notification. That way you can be notified whenever I upload videos. And also, I just appreciate if you would please spread the word about my channel. Shout out any videos and material that you really like, because I would really appreciate that. I really just want to start reaching all kinds of different people, different musicians, and different artists. So with that, I hope that you all have a lovely day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!